I'm Gidongo Dan by name, and I would like to talk about this before we enter the discussion. We have our sponsors. One of our sponsors is Climate Smart Jobs. We also have Media Challenge Initiative and UK International Development. So what is Fumvuza? That is what we should first know. I know you have heard a little about it, but I'm going to continue to throw some more light. What is Fumvuza? Fumvuza is a climate smart small plot farming model that is reshaping livelihoods, okay, in displacement setup like Chiriandongo. I remember some people who were from Bududa were displaced because of landslides, but some of them, when they move to places like this, they were displaced to Chiriandongo. Some of them choose to go back, but Fumvuza is here to reshape those livelihoods, and that is a great thing that Fumvuza has done, including in Chiriandongo and other places. Today we are going to be having a discussion with a variety of specialists. We have specialists. We also have people who have benefited from Fumvuza. So I'm going to start by introducing the people who are on the panel. By name, I told you that I'm Gidongo Dan, and I would like to introduce the people who are with me in this panel. I'm going to be moderating, so you watch carefully and attentively as I introduce them. We are having Joanita Gertrude Berokan, and this one is an agriculture expert and trainer from Chiriandongo Agro Input. Maybe she can do some waving a little and you get to know her. Okay. Another person, this one is Martha Rick, is one of the people who have benefited from the program. She's a South Sudanese refugee. You can try to shake the hand a little. Thanks. Then we have Joyce Madina Benjamin. Okay, you have seen her. Okay. We also have William Nabende. He's an internally displaced Ugandan. You can also shake your hand, wave to the people. Okay. We also have on the platform Matthew Rupanga. Is from climate, is the lead, the team lead of Climate Smart Jobs. Can also try to shake hand. That's good. So those are the people we're having on the panel. I think you realize that we're having experts and also people who have benefited from the program. So that means we are confident that we are having it all. Let's begin with Martha Rick. Martha Rick, I have a question for you. Okay, Martha Rick is very happy to share with us her experience. How has Fumvuza improved your food security?
The improvement and benefit which I get as me, Martha, before the model came for me, we have our model before this miss had come. When I compare my whole model and the model for Fumvuza brought for me, it is very different for me. The benefit I get before I plant my maize last season, I do not harvest any single thing. I just slash it down. They eat. The sun can eat whole. The maize, I do not harvest anything. But in this season, when I put that Fumvuza model, and even now in my place, I feel happy for that. When you go and see my place, you will see it's very shining and it's have a good hill. Even I hope I will be happy and enjoy this kermis even last year until I harvest another thing. Because what I see now is very, very clear. It's not like it before.
Thanks, Martha. Let's have another person. Let's hear from Benjamin. Benjamin, you're going to tell us how Fumvuza has met your expectations in agriculture.
Thank you very much. My name is called Joyce Medina Benjamin. I'm refugees. I'm in cluster L, branch 37. I taught by Radongo Agri Input in this module. Was past season. I harvest maize very well. We measure our garden very well, and we cut the wall, and we mulch before the rain. When after rain result in the first rain, we immediately plant our maize. After planting maize, at least we get something good to make us happy in our group. That is what I am happy, and I will continue in my home. In group also, we shall continue with this model for Fumvuza.
Miriam Nabende, I want you to tell me how Fumvuza has helped you improve your farming practices on small space.
Actually, when you look at this mode of agriculture or of conservation of agriculture, you will find that it is having cheap labor, whereby I am able, as me William, I am able to start and complete without my challenges. It seems like at first when you are starting, it looks like you are going to get confused, but when you have acquired the knowledge, setting up the field, marking, cutting the holes, then it comes to planting, mulching. Afterwards, if you are done with all those processes, the achievements, like when you see the crop will grow healthy, you will see green. There is no need for you to go and buy like green chemicals whenever other farmers are buying, how we used to cultivate the other time.
Yes.
Like we go and buy chemicals known as green organic and other supports. But right now, in this motto of conservation agriculture, you will find that this Fumvuza, the crops will grow healthy. And when you plant in time, your crops all will not be affected with pests and diseases, as earlier I said.
I want to turn to Joanita Berokan, and your question is, what could be your advice to an agriculture student, like the ones who are surrounding us here, who are even watching the program, after partaking of this program, of this model? What could be your advice?
First of all, I would like to correct, I don't like being called an expert normally.
Okay.
I'm a farmer just like them.
Yes.
But this being a new module that we have just experienced, I want to first of all say, even my first experience, I doubted it, to be honest. The fact that I was told we don't do deep cultivation, it is minimum tillage, I kept on asking myself, will it really work? Won't I be ashamed amongst my farmers? But right now I speak through experience, because I got excited when, especially during the dry spells that we experienced. We started with them around November, December, and even in the our first seasons, normally we have less rains. But that excitement came in the fact that we had 2 demo sites, where we had the conventional model and we also had the Fumvuza model.
Yes.
But you would really see that our Fumvuza model was very green, yet the conventional model, things wilted. That alone is enough for me to encourage fellow farmers, especially agricultural students like me, to adopt to the module. Because there's a lot of excitement that comes in someone changing from doubt to doing better through results.
Yeah.
For me right now, normally when they ask me of any success story, I begin by myself. I start by myself, and then that is when I bring in other people's success stories, because it has also brought change into my life, and I'm also practicing the Fumvuza model.
Yes.
So I've looked at it, why I would encourage students to also adapt to it. First of all, it is cheap. As long as you're going to maintain the principles, like he said, start it on time, do it at standard, without wastage, and then with joy. Plan it early enough. You will know you're not going to incur costs, maybe bringing oxen to come and plow, laborers to come and plow it. We normally talk of eating an elephant.
Yes.
Do it bit by bit, so that by the time the first rains come, you are already prepared, only waiting to plant. The beauty with this Fumvuza model, you begin it early enough. By the time the rain is coming, don't wait. Most of us here, most farmers wait for rains to first start pouring. Then we begin running up and down to look for tractors, to look for what. But have we thought of it? We are not going to waste seeds. Most of us put five seeds per planting hole, which is not sustainable.
Yes.
Others go and look for laborers. You have a small piece of garden that you would plan your time for. You would even plant, stop maybe at around 10, and you have enough time to do your other domestic work, other than you working or overworking yourself the whole day. So I find it is cheap. I find it is, anyone can even do it. The fact that, this one line will feed my family for 1 week, the second week I have food for the whole year, that alone motivates me to even work harder. So I encourage all fellow agricultural students and farmers to adopt to the module.
Thanks very much. You have heard from the horse's mouth. So I would like now to switch and go to one of the team leaders who is on ground from Climate Smart Jobs. And I wanted to ask him more questions, but I'm seeing my time is being limited. I'm going to ask 2 questions. Why did Climate Smart Jobs invest in Fumvuza? That's the first question.
I think it's because it's a no-brainer. It directly addresses the constraints that smallholder farmers are facing. So it faces them head on. There's constraints with regards to access to land, especially by displaced communities. And so Fumvuza addresses that head on and says you do not need that much land.
Yes.
It addresses the constraint around inputs. A lot of smallholder farmers, when you talk to them, they'll tell you that one of their biggest struggles is raising funds to get the right inputs in.
Yes.
And Fumvuza shows you that you do not need that much inputs, and that you just need to be precise around how you use the little that you have got. But also because of the issues around timely planting, it also addresses issues around pest control. So you don't need to spend as much inputs on pest control. But also it promotes some of the basic traditional practices that people use to control inputs, to control pest and disease. So which also helps to reduce the costs. But also it is designed to directly address food security as a primary entry point.
Yes.
So we do not have to concern ourselves about worrying about where to get money to buy some of the basic everyday food requirements that we need. And because of that, there was no option that was left on the table for us than to implement it and promote this model.
What plans do you have for agricultural institutions involved in Fumvuza, like this one here, where we are today, Innovative Institute of Agriculture, Business and Capacity Building?
So plans are unfolding as we implement. I mean, we are grateful for our partnership with Media Challenge Initiative, which has opened our eyes and doors to working in this way through technical institutions and the like. Our strength and our focus as a program has been to work with the private sector, and hence the emphasis on Kirendongo agro inputs.
Yes.
and others of similar calling. So our partnership with MCI is opening our eyes to what more we could do with some of the non-private sector, non-agribusiness institutions that are within our ecosystem, to make sure that what can we do to build their capacity. One of the straightforward ones that we're doing
Yes.
is that we're producing a manual, and we think that this manual will be able to go to places where we can't be ourselves, and where Kiandongo Agro Inputs can be, and where some of our network of partners can be. So that's one significant thing. We are also trying to, we have also produced videos, video content, and there's some audio content that is available, which we are hoping also goes a long way to get into places where we are not getting. We are also having stakeholder engagement meetings. I think yesterday when I spoke, I gave specific dates where we were going to be in three sites. There's been an adjustment to one of the dates. Specifically, we had expected to be in Adjumani on the 18th. We are no longer going to be in Adjumani because of a clash of a program there with OPM. So we have switched Adjumani and Arua around. So we're going to be in Arua on the 18th of November. We're going to be in Adjumani on the 20th of November, and we're going to be in Kiriandongo on the 25th of November. And what we are doing is that we are meeting with the OPM, with UNHCR and other development partners. We are trying to conscientize them, explain to them the principles of Fumvudza. We're trying to get them to think about that as they plan their next season's programming. So we are also hoping that quite a lot of that also filters, because we have got the district authorities are also part of those engagements, and we're hoping that this filters into technical institutions like this one, but also into secondary schools. I'll put a pause on secondary schools, and I'll circle back to that one as well, because we've got a special program that we are hoping to be doing in partnership with MCI, but also led by our wider team. So we also run a podcast which speaks to some of these issues and gets to them in some detail. I think if I got and understood that correctly, I think one of our own Kiandongo people here, Alima, will be on this podcast soon and talking through about Fumvudza. So we are hoping that that widens the reach of who we are talking to about this. But we are hoping to come back here and also get into schools, high schools, and talk to students who were studying in these high schools and explain to them some of these principles. If we can pull it off, help them establish some demonstration plots within these schools. I think our head of communications is outside there, Josephine, who will be working with the communications team in our team to work through that and what that actually looks like in reality. But we are doing everything we can to expand the knowledge and spread it into various mediums, that because we know that different people consume media in different ways, and we're trying to have a very wide-reaching and cover all our bases.
Okay, thanks very much. I know because of the limitation of time, we might not exhaust everything to the best, but at least we have tried to handle almost everything that Fumvudza model is about. We thank you very much for the attendance, for listening, and hope you have benefited. We are ending it now.
Oh, sorry. Lastly, sorry, I'd forgotten an important one again, knowing that we are talking to students, which is our podcast, which is available on all podcast playing platforms, from Apple to Android to anywhere, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. The podcast is called Climate Talk.
Okay. All right. So you have very many alternatives that we can use, like that we can still be part of Fumvudza, because we have listened to the good things Fumvudza has, and what I've realized that practice makes it perfect, and experiencing it, not giving up, not fearing what hardships you may face, will enable you to reach the other side. So all the best as you plan to put in practice Fumvudza model.